Okay guys, this is how I start my session for the neck. So the first exercise, the first technique, is a way of moving and open all the vertebra, the cervical, in the neck. It's a way to create space. So what I do, I utilize my finger as an L, and I go back to the C7 all the way to C1, the atlas, going really deep, and press, deep, and press. I can feel that Hana has a little tension here in the base of the scalp, and this is just a warm-up, and you can go deep and moving the entire body at the same time. Remember that every little movement you do on the neck and on the scalp, she really can perceive it. So you got to be really cautious of the technique you're using. From here, I move on the side and I grab the muscle and I start pulling the head. So I push with my hand in this direction, and with my finger I pull. I go back, push, and pull. It's like a dance. You go all the way to the T1, working that trap, the levator scapula that create a lot of problem. She's really tense here. You can see from the squinting in his eye, in her eyes, that she feel that muscle. And you try to go up and down while you're pulling. For the sake of the camera, I'll just do one side. But if you're gonna do the other side, you will do the same. You will move and go on the other side and start doing this. Another technique that I think is really helpful for the neck problem is grabbing the head with your hand, looking for the occipital, and go down, follow the scalene all the way down to C7. So what you do, you point your finger and you go all the way down. You can play with the head and create kind of a balancing between the finger and the head, and try to see if you can relax the head while you go all the way down to C7, T1. This point here is really tight, and there where you're gonna apply some pressure. That's it. I'm doing the other side in the same fashion. Then I like to find the occipital where the atlas and the cranial meet, and I like to point my finger in this way and go up, and you just stay there, and you will feel the fascia release and relax. like a snake under your finger. So you stay here. You just don't do anything. You just stay there and you point and you wait for the fascia to relax. Sometimes I'm kind of amazed how the finger seems like jacked in the brain of the person. Sometimes you can even feel what she's feeling. You feel relaxed, she will feel you're relaxed. If she relaxed, you will feel that you are relaxed. So it's a giving and sharing process. The more you feel that weight, the more you relax, the more she relaxes, the more the head and the muscle in the occipital, because you got a lot of muscle there. And all these little muscles need to relax. Sometimes when you have whiplash, you have this muscle really tight. Or maybe you just breathe in a wrong way and your scalenes are tight. Or your posture, you are around the shoulder and your SEM is tight. So all this can be cured with a gentle, soft touch of your finger. And then you can add some movement. So what you will do, it's like pulling in your direction with your finger. So that's what I do. I grab and I pull. Remember that every little movement can be felt. So you don't have to do big movement, just little adjustment. Sometimes I like to do some mobilization, some gentle one, where you start moving the neck. The important thing is not to have a pattern. The best way is not to have a pattern. Allow the neck to relax by itself. She doesn't have to know if you're going in extension or in flexion or side. It has to be completely random. And then I like to go on your occipital and start pressing where all the little muscles get together. And from here, moving down to the trap and pressing. So what I'm doing is pressing into the trapezius that are on top. You got out a trigger point here. So when you find it, the best work to do is to connect with her, ask her how's the pain between 1 to 10, and figure it out. If it's around 7, stay there, make her breathe. Breathing is super important. So I will ask you to breathe really deep. Respira profondamente. Because I found a trigger point, yes. And you stay there for 5-6 seconds. And then you move. And you go back to the same point. You can do the same on the other side. So you will do the same thing, moving and going down And that's the basic neck massage you can do in a supine position. And if you like my technique, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon. Ciao. It was good.
Me dormí.
Sí.
Te lo juro, me dormí.
Sí, en serio.
Lo siento.
No, perfecto.